You've just, oh God. Anyways, let me know. Please, thank you everyone. People here have been amazing. People have actually been, helping in the way they could. So I thank everyone who, has reached out to us. Thank you for all that you do. We are in this together. I really needed to do something. Some of you know I'm the my postgraduate tour chairman, and we are doing a program supposed to be there. So they were attacking me, so I just needed to go do my bit and come back. But Jimmy, thank you for saying me well. See, please, I just want to give you, some of us are like you see Marcel, I can see you here. A lot of us are live in court, and most of these things that you see are flashes or flashes or reflections of legal battle, and most times lawyers do certain things, to make sure to put their opponents in bad light. Most of these documents, like people have noted, it's not so much that they don't have something to prove. They have, but it's good that you make INEC look that they are not presenting the document. So it's good you make these cases and also there are like some of those interviews, most of those lawyers who've interviewed, they will tell you there are so many ways to kill it. There are so many ways to kill a life. So we had a good outing today. Our star witness, was one that none of them was expecting, and she did very well. And one thing that anybody should take, no matter what you think she answered, is that this petition has been written. There's a document that she presented that was admitted into evidence, and that document speaks to the whole fact. So most times, most of the questions they ask her might not really be because the documents are there in court already, and at the end of the day, those documents are going to be relied upon, for them to give the judgment that they'll give. And one takeout is that there was no glitch. There was no glitch. I was discussing with an INEC lawyer, and he was saying, "Oh, that INEC, the glitch they're talking about is not on Amazon; it's on their own software." So, and this lady made the case that even if there is glitch on your software that you hosted, there'll be traces of it, so it will be reported. So Amazon have this culture of actually giving reports, and they were making references. Oh, do you know that MTN this thing has glitch? Do you know there was a glitch in 1921? Do you know there was a glitch in 1930? It's irrelevant. The case is that there was no glitch on the 25th of February. That's the case. Even if there have been cases in 15th century and 17th century, doesn't matter. Doesn't make any sense. But these people will just want to ask questions because this witness, throw them off balance. And there's going to be counter, I know, but when that counter will come, our lawyers will actually reply them in good. So we have a good case in court, and our lawyers are doing everything possible to make sure that they put. And there are so many ways, Remember the 25%, somebody noted this. Remember all of that cases we have. They cannot prove the result that they are now. INEC has been asked to come and bring this evidence to court. They cannot bring it. They don't have it. I've said this thing before this time. INEC does not have the results. No, they don't have it because this result we are cooked up somewhere and they cannot prove it. The unfortunate thing about the Nigerian legal system is that the onus is on the petitioners to prove. I think we'll get to a point where in this country we'll have a situation where the burden will be on INEC to prove whatever election or whatever result they have declared. They have to come and prove. And when we get to that time, these things will be more easier. But this time, that is why it's so difficult. It's just a Herculean task to prove. And that's why our lawyers are working, night and day to make sure they bring and these people are people who are experts in this. And I don't know whether some of you have forgotten that one of our lawyers, almost all of them are experts in election, but one of them is somebody that every one of us knows, that if I see somebody that is a legal giant who has won cases, who has even won, who has actually stayed on the side of INEC to win cases. So he understands this rudiment, he understands this legal, roadwork and all the rest of them. So it's not when you see some of these flashes, it's not something you start shouting, you start crying. No, you have people whose business, whose profession is to do this case and who have done this case successfully, and they have record, they have, they have law rates that they've won in this regard. So it's not something you come, don't cry so much. Don't say, because of it. These things are gimmicks. These things are tactics that lawyers implement. Lawyers go, and you're frustrating me. And most of those things, they do it to actually put the opponent's feet on fire. So that's why they do, what they do. But so far, so good.
Please repeat that part again. Please say it again.
Yes, I'm making the point. I'm making the point that most times when lawyers come to court and say, "Oh, these people are frustrating me," they are doing that to put their opponent's feet on fire. They are doing that to make you look bad, to make you look that, "Oh, you're frustrating me. You don't want to give it." Because when they make the case that INEC have refused to provide evidence. It makes their case easier to say the justice cannot say, oh, why did you not bring this? Why did you not bring this? Because already it has been established that INEC refused to do that. And those documents, short, let me also tell you this. PDP actually asked for this document, and when this document was brought 2 days ago, I don't know whether I reported when there was a lot of document that INEC came to computer. We are wondering why they were bringing those documents. They brought it, and PDP said we don't need it again. I don't know what so they want to make them not unable to bring that document because already INEC was refusing to bring this document. So when they were subpoenaed and the PDP said bundles and bundles of evidence, PDP said they don't need it. You know why? Because already they have made their case and they know already this thing they is something that they premeditated that if we are not going to give them this, so they have found other ways to make their case. And this, what are these documents they were asking of? These documents are documents that that has not just the election result, that has to do with the voters. What some of those documents that was sent on election day to know, oh, how many did you send? Was it signed and not the rest of them? So these things, there are other ways that they can get around it. But I just want you to know our lawyers are professional. These people are good in what they do. And yes, I see some obedient right. Oh, can't they just give a judgment in this case? How are they going to give a judgment? This is a court proceeding. We are going to round up our case this week, and INEC have to respond. APC have to respond. And this is how this thing works. So we have to be patient. We don't have to flog ourselves so much. We just have to keep, praying, keep knowing that our people, the people who have contracted to do their work, know what they are doing. Our principal is in good spirit. All of us are in good spirit. These things are legal, but just only like we're in Nigeria. We are in Nigeria. We are in Nigeria, for crying out loud. You don't expect it to be a perfect system. And the justices, like everyone have noted, yes, they react to whatever that happens in real life, because every day you come to that court, they talk about, oh, they write on social media. So what you do here, matters. So keep doing what you're doing, keep saying what you're saying, keep your spirit high, don't allow yourself to be disillusioned. We are on top of this matter, and every day God is making new ways for us, and God is opening new ways for us, and at the end of the day, justice will prevail, and God willing, we'll get our mandate back. So I thank all of you. I don't want to speak so much because I'm in a public place right about now, but I want to thank all of you here, Saddam, Otumba, women in Nigeria, I can see the general, I can see Oluchi herself, I can see Jimmy, I saw Stephen, Nigeria USA, I saw Ariwachik spoke, I saw all of you here. Sweet child, I've not spoken to you a long time. Madam Ankade, Madam Bolande, AGK, all of you on this space. Oh, Lady Liberty, don't care my sister. All of you, I can't call up all of your name, but I know that even when I cannot call all the names, there's one name that I will always remember to call. I will call Sweet Angel. Sweet Angel.
I was waiting for that. Your time don't go. They go. They go. Save Johnny. Eh? They go. Drop him, please. Drop him. Drop him, please. That's
Hey, really my best. No worries, sitting there.
Call him, please. Call him. Make make you know.
Make you not go to cry for some moto. All right, you don't call him already. Let's just quickly go to.
Sadam, you want to break my heart. I'm on a transit. I needed to just call Sweet Angel so that the angel will guide me. I don't want to make angel protect me as I travel. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Please, I appreciate everyone on this space. I appreciate all of you. Please, I cannot call out the name, but I appreciate all of you. Much, much love from here. Thank you so much.
All right, whatever be safe, bro. All right, let's go to lady. Let's go to distinguished.
Sorry, real quick. Well-meaning. Sorry. Real about best and UC Marshall. Someone just sent me $100 for you guys, and they're asking for your Naira account so you can put it up. Someone just sent, and they don't want me to disclose. $100 for you guys. Back to you, UC.
All right, just send it to Jimmy so we can. So, all right, let's quickly go to distinguished. Distinguished.
Hi.
Please go ahead.
Well-meaning Nigerian. Emir Saddam, Otumba. Good afternoon or good evening. I don't know which one to greet again. The day goes by so fast. Can you guys hear me, or do I need to move around?
Yes, can you hear? Go ahead.
Okay.
You're loud and clear.
Okay. So, a lot of things happened in court today, which a lot of people have already spoken about, and I even was in another space with well-meaning Nigerian earlier, where we talked briefly about this same issue. I just want to, and I have actually tweeted a lot, since the hearing today, the first thing that tipped me off was the judges arriving late. Initially, weeks ago, they were arriving 15 minutes late, which wasn't a lot. And I thought to myself, maybe because they finished PDP's case and decided to take a walk, maybe use the restroom before coming in for Labour Party's case. But then this week, they stretched it to 30 minutes. Yesterday, they were 30 minutes late. They walked in at exactly 2:30 p.m. And then today again, they stretched it to 45 minutes, 2:45 p.m. Now, what that is telling me is that they are getting impatient or cranky or somehow about this case. And I don't know what is upsetting them. I don't know. And you can tell when they arrive, they become impatient. When Dr. Livy says something they don't like, they pounce on him. They all argue at the same time, all five of them. Sometimes I don't even hear the lady. This is not a new complaint. I want us to remember that long before this trial started, we reviewed the petition. This petition, he said it clearly that INEC has not tendered the document, at least 70% of the documents they requested. When INEC replied, they lied. They said that's a lie, that they have provided everything that was requested. This petition was sent to the judges. The replies were also sent to the judges. The judges would not say that they are not aware that INEC is being defiant, right? When the pre-trial started, Dr. Livy Uzoku still made it known that INEC has not submitted the documents they applied for since March. That petition was submitted in March. There was a report on Channels TV, showing a group of Labour Party team walking into INEC office. They were all dressed in suit. These were lawyers. They were invited to INEC's office to pick up these documents. And when they got there, they gave them bottled water and they still won't let them see what they came for. Today in court, while Dr. Livy was screaming his head off, letting the judges know that this is becoming frustrating, that every time they request for something, they will get a pushback. And also, they were told that every document that they're getting, Mahmoud Yakubu has instructed all the INEC offices to let those documents come from him first before they can, release it. It has to be verified, stamped, yada, yada. But we all know why he wants to do this, right? So yesterday he complained and they shouted him down. They asked him to go and work together with INEC's lawyer, A.B. Mahmoud. A.B. Mahmoud lied right there that he is not aware of any other subpoena. He said all he said. The judges did not caution him. The judges did not raise their voices at him. They did not tell them, they threaten or say, you need to make your client provide these documents. They just quickly shouted and said, go and work together and get this thing resolved, blah, 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 blah. The judges did not mention anything about any application to punish INEC for not listening. It was after yesterday's incident, between yesterday's trial and this afternoon, that something changed. These lawyers probably came online, read whatever they read, listened to whatever they listened to, went into their office, regrouped, changed behavior, charged out to the courtroom, and started gaslighting Ivy, Dr. Livy Uzoku. Whenever he speaks, they say, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Why didn't you do blah, 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 blah. This man, I want us to understand that Dr. Livy has dealt with INEC in the past. Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu has also dealt with INEC. After all, he won a case for PDP and INEC was also in that case. So we're looking at about 20-something SANs, I call them SANs, who are well-grounded in election matters. They know how INEC behaves. They know that this punishment is not the solution to what they need. Does our lawyers have those documents? Of course they know. They know what they need. They have it. They have seen it. But they need INEC's copy. They need it certified. They need INEC's copy to compare. They need to know how Mahmoud Yakubu worked his way up to the final numbers. If you remember, BBC published a report last month, and in that report, a certain university professor, who they are saying is fake, announced a score for Rivers State. It was different from the man was holding the document and read a different score. He added thousands, over 4,000 votes, right in front of the camera at the collation center, in front of everybody. Nobody saw that. So after he read that number, INEC's officer copied it and they submitted that document to, the document shows the original number, but what he read out was completely different. So these are the things we are trying to identify. And when I say we, I'm talking about the legal team and, all well-meaning Nigerians, because these lawyers represent us all, not just Peter Obi and Labour Party. I want us to be patient with the Labour Party lawyers. These guys know what they're doing. It might seem like they're just causing trouble in court. They know what they're doing. This is not their first rodeo. To us, this is our first time witnessing a trial like this in Nigeria, at least to a lot of people. I don't know the last time you've ever watched a trial or even go to court for your local government chairman. But these things happen every single time in Nigerian courts. Also remember that INEC has so many cases across the state. This is not the only place INEC's case is in. In all the states in Nigeria, since the election, they have been dragged to court from one place to the other. Go to the north, they are fighting. Imo State, Enugu State, Lagos State, everywhere there's a case going on with INEC. They are defiant because there's really no punishment for them. Who are you going to punish? Mahmoud Yakubu or go burn down the INEC building? They are used to not listening to the court. They are used to violating the court order. They are used to ignoring court documents. They are used to not providing what they need to provide. And they walk away from it because, after all, if you punish them, maybe you might fine them. Maybe you fine them hundreds, thousands of naira or even millions of naira. That's chicken change. They can take care of it. But does that solve the problem? Will that force them to bring out the documents we're looking for? So it's not about punishing INEC. This is what INEC wants. I don't know whether the punishment will force them to bring out the document, but I know that INEC does not want to provide what the lawyers are looking for because that document is the only thing. It's not one document, but a couple of them. That's for, I believe the FCT document is included, FCT Abuja. Those documents are the only thing that is going to destroy everything INEC did. Forget the cases that were brought in court. Those ones are good too. But then, election is calculated from the polling unit all the way to the federal, to the state level, right? So we have presented what we need to present from all the polling unit to ward, state, and all that. But this particular one is very, very important. And Mahmoud Yakubu is withholding it. He knows that his game is up, so he's choosing the high road by wanting to be fined. A.B. Mahmoud is their lawyer. He comes to court every day. He hears Livy complain about it. Even Livy has written him a letter and personally delivered it to him. But he lied in court yesterday that he replied that letter. Dr. Livy told him that's a lie. But why is Dr. Livy screaming in court? I'm not going to say 100% what the man thinks because I can't read his mind. But from my point of view, the man has a plan. He knows what he's doing. He has a group of team there that they know what they're doing. Have you ever asked yourself why he chose to bring up this INEC document issue when he's done with his witnesses, when he's done submitting documents, when he's done minutes to closing? That's when he stands up and starts arguing about INEC's documents. He wants to make sure it is well registered that INEC is defiant. He wants to make sure that in every court sitting, the document, the record must show that INEC is defiant. Let me tell you guys, INEC does not care about what is going on. INEC don't care. Highest, they will lose the case. Whether they lose or win, you know, consider them. They don't have anything to lose. You're just going to disgrace them. So INEC is not even the issue here. And let me also remind you guys that we are not in court because INEC refused to tender documents. Because this is where this argument is changing to. We are not in court because INEC did not.
God bless you. God
Please
bless
say it
you.
again. Repeat that.
Please say it again. Loud it,
We
please.
are
Loud it,
not in
please.
court because INEC refused to tender documents. We are in court because a bigger crime was committed. And that is where we must focus. Forget all this little drama going on. We will not back out of this case because they are trying to push us to the wall, to the fact we say, you know what, let's just give up. Let's just walk away. Let's just ignore them. I beg, we don't tire for this nonsense. No. We're not going anywhere. Again, the lawyers know these guys. They are their friends. Aside from being friends, then they go to, do you see how old they are? These men have been in the game for a very long time. They know what is going on. Now, another thing I want to point out here is we have to focus on the judiciary, not on the lawyers. All eyes should not be on the obese legal team. All eyes should be on those 5 judges sitting up there. They are the ones holding the future, the state of this country in their hands, not obese lawyer, not even INEC's lawyer. They are the ones who should take control of the courtroom and clear things. Say it the way it should. Scold who needs to be scolded. Demand what needs to be demanded. This is not time to be playing around. Dr. Lively knows about this application the judges are talking about. He knows about it. If you remember, he had an interview about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He came out and he said, I'm not going to quote him because I can't remember everything, but I heard him say, we will respond to them robustly. He's very angry at INEC. He said they know how to deal with INEC. Go to YouTube, you'll find that video. The man is always calling out because think about the future. This case is headed to the Supreme Court. What do you think is going to happen? You think the Supreme Court is going to be doing all these back and forth? Hey, Mr. Man, Mr. Nah, they don't do that over there. It's a different level. Supreme Court is still going to go back to the documents from the appeal court. They're going to read all those court transcripts. They're going to review all those petitions, all those evidences, everything. The lawyers are still going to submit their own new argument, but there will not be any back and forth every day. Did you receive this document? My lord would like to tender. No, it's no longer like that. So it is important that when the Supreme Court lawyers are reviewing those documents, they need to see it 100 times that Dr. Lively told the court that INEC is not complying. They need to read it in every chapter. They need to read it in every paragraph. They need to read it in every testimony. Every time a witness is called, the court must be closed that INEC did not give the documents. So the game that you're watching here is a very carefully plotted game. INEC is playing a dangerous one. They are very, very clever. They know what they're doing. But our lawyers are faster. That is why when they started bringing witnesses, they served them first thing in the morning. 2 times they did it. And guess what happened? Those questions that the lawyers asked, you can tell. That was where they were asking, is this person alive? Because they did not know what to ask. They went home and re-strategized and then started asking, actually coming up with credible, serious questions for the witnesses. But we have to still go back and remind the world that INEC has not tendered all the documents needed. Let me not waste much of your time. I just want I know there are thousands of obedience here. What INEC is doing is boxing our lawyers to a corner, and they are not going to accept it. Allow these men work. Observe them. Stop ridiculing them on the timeline. Do you see any APC insulting their lawyers, asking stupid questions? Do you see APC calling out their lawyers? How many of them even post the photographs of their lawyers? We are the loudest. We are the ones who, look at our lawyer is, this man does not know what he's doing. Look at this lawyer is not, we need to change new lawyer. Maybe I need to go and
Have they thought of this idea?
they see my comment section now. It's always fire. I think I know. Somebody should take me to Abuja. Let me go and do it. I know better than these judges. I am a much better lawyer.
Distinguished. Let me explain something to you. Let's explain something to you. See, obedient and real obedient. Any real obedient will not be saying that thing. Trust me. Trust me. Abado people have we did this thing before elections now. Pre-elections now, they play the same card. Many people
Saddam,
come
God
and
bless
change
you.
picture.
God bless you,
Many people
Saddam.
change their picture and put obedient picture and come and be saying that any obedient person I talk about online, I will have the best. Any person, if you don't block out, I go best for yourself.
I they block code. Everybody know say
How you
I
go
have a
say
short
obedient? Talk
I
about
have a
we have
short
the best.
fuse like
We
FFK.
have the best legal team in Africa. I dare say the world.
In the world, Saddam.
You know what the people standing there?
I
People
Yes,
that have never lost cases
Saddam,
before.
I
because Saddam.
personally put the list of these guys. I went to their website. I read their profile. I checked everything. I put everything on
Distinguish.
Twitter. Some of them did not even read it. They don't even know who they are.
Distinguish. Let me tell you the see. We don't live for inside house of propaganda. APC. We will not fight BMC. This is from the Bola
We
Ahmed
where we lead
Tinubu.
APC propaganda for 2015. We sabi explain.
So
Now Bola Ahmed Tinubu boys they do all this nonsense. They will change to be. You know what's the wrong way? That one way we say trailer clamp be head for Aba. That way where we say if you see head ridge, you get a head that like a plantain
rice
where did
farm.
they plant yam? Yam farm. That guy. You don't get exposed. He get like that guy get like 5 obedient handle DP with this thing,
Right. Yeah,
account.
you're
There are
right.
plenty like
You're
that. So
right.
if they come into your DM, you think they're
They
obedient.
don't
They'll
they
carry.
don't come. Oh, my DM is strictly off limit. If you enter there,
I mean, your
now you
timeline.
go
Sorry, your
reply
timeline.
yourself for there. You know, if you enter
Which
there anyhow,
obedient
now
they see
I
what they
go
happen
throw
for
you
court?
come out with your comments. I don't even reply you.
Ah, no.
But so let me just wrap up. I know I've taken a lot of time. So obedience. I am pleading. I know not every obedient is this sensitive with what's going on, and I have a page on Facebook too, and they're over there vibrating as well. You guys need to be patient. Trust these guys. I'm not saying you should leave everything you're doing or give them money. Trust these guys. A lot of money has gone into this case. You don't know. Did you know that they bought a new printer for this document you saw? Go back to the petition. The printer number, model number, everything is written out there. These guys are very, very serious. Everything you're looking at here is forget this. The lawyers know how to handle them. Do you think Dr. Lively is stupid for a year after all that drama he did yesterday in court and he came back again and started doing it again? My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. All I'm saying is that, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. The Lord will say, you self, stop waiting. Why can't you just go and do it this way? Oh, my Lord, it is up to you. Please, my Lord, please. I am pleading. Please, please, please. The man knows who he's dealing with. So please, guys, let these guys work. We are going to support them as much as we can. We will always be here. Where me myself, I'm not even changing words. I'm not even hiding words now. So I hear I might be type up. Sometimes I will come back and read what I wrote. So please, guys, I'm sharing information. I'm not talking about other people. I'm sharing information so that you know what's going on in court on my timeline. I am not hiding I'm not sweetening any words or whatever. But at the end of the day, I want you to realize that this is a battle. It's not going to get, in fact, we are going to go into deeper. When we never even enter case. We go where everybody go come off for court, they sweat. It's going to get tough. What we're asking for is not going to come on a platter of gold. Nobody's going. Why INEC go agree? Said they rather die than admit that they committed a crime. So please be patient. Thank you, guys.
Saddam,
Oh,
see, Saddam, you know why it's say war then? Okay. It's not many time where in advanced democracies you get court cases. Like over the last Trump election, you can say there were 50 court cases that were thrown out. But the only lawyers I'll compare these people to are anybody that's familiar with the Bush versus Gore case in the year 2000, where they had to go recount and Florida swing the elections. There were 3 of the lawyers or 3 of the part of the legal team. 3 of them are current Supreme Court justices in America, which is Brett Kavanaugh, Amy, and Chief Justice Roberts. It takes You don't run into lawyers in modern democracies that spend time in election cases as much as you find. And the reason why, when you go back and read Ikpeazu's profile, if you look at the conditions in Nigeria to which he's winning electoral cases, see the confidence I have in this guy. I'm not saying, that something negative can happen, but the confidence I have in this guy it's next to none. This is, if this guy cannot win a case for us, then nobody else can. That's how I see it. Because how many go and find me lawyers. You see Maxwell, yeah, please go and find me lawyers that have the number of wins he has under his belt. So I don't like I'm like, give these people benefit of a doubt. They are professionals. They've done this job. I can't start telling Archie how to, whatever operations they do or whatever. Like, just because I've read small medical journals, or like Nigerian tech bros who think they can replace the medical doctor with code. So, like, you can't give these people the benefit of a doubt. Like, they're experts. This is their field. This is their calling. Thank you.
All right,
Bro,
let me just quickly take.
well meaning, I
Jimmy, you want
beg.
to say something?
May I read this thing, eh? So you guys will know that we are dealing with Olori Buruku people. Labour Party lawyer. Your Lordship, INEC has defied this court subpoenas. Justice say, so what do you want me to do? Esa, say yonu, say mboro ponu, you dey hear? Someone defied subpoena. You are now asking the lawyer, so what do you want me to do? How about you do your fucking job? Say yonu, say shiri. You dey ask stupid questions, say what do you want me to do? Do your fucking job. Hold them in contempt. Give them 180 days. Make them go stay for one place. Make them cool down first. Show some force. Show some, man. Show them the reason why they call you my lord. Eh? My lord. That's the reason why they call you lordship. That wig when they wear for head, it get meaning. Hello. Ayé yín ti bàjẹ́. Haruna àti ẹ ti ta. Haruna, Monsura, Muhammed, ayé yín ti bà, ẹ̀yin mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn ti yín ti ta. The two remaining ones, we are waiting for you. Tí ìṣòrí burúkú náà. Those two, wọn tí ìkùnrin burúkú kàn yín, we are waiting for you to do your madness. But you see this Haruna, tí ẹ ti ta. You are asking a lawyer what your job, how to do your job. Orí yín ti burú. Orí yín ti burú, and we are watching. When I don't talk and say we go abuse, èmi máa pè yín síta, we will call you out. Ayé yín ti bàjẹ́. Because the Nigerian people are tired of this bullshit, and we are watching. All eyes on judiciary, not the lawyers. Fucking Shari. Baba, wait. What do you want me to do? Back to you, well meaning. Ashiri.
All right. Let's just quickly take a couple of speakers, because I think there are a lot of requests, and so we'll just start with. I'll go with Dari, then we'll come to Chini, and we'll go from there. I can see you to Maxwell, so we'll go to you to Maxwell after that. Please, Dari, you can make it in 4 minutes, so we can take so many other people. Thank you.
Sure. I'll try to wrap up quickly. Good evening, guys. Saddam, Otumba, well-meaning, Jimmy, Sizu. Hey, what's up, bro? And also, let me just go straight to what's happening. You see, people obedience getting worried about what's going on in the PEPT, the judiciary. It's normal. It's okay to be worried. But one thing that you have to understand, just like the distinguished said or explained, is that these people they are capable. They know what they are doing. So in my own analysis, let me just be strategic in my thinking. Let's look at it this way. We have Equito, we have Livy Uzochukwu, we have Ikpeazu and the rest. Now, when Livy Uzochukwu, when he starts something, when he tries to put INEC in the frame, or APC or whoever, he tries to put them in the frame, Ikpeazu is not there. But do you know what's going on? Livy Uzochukwu puts them in the frame. INEC or APC further digs a hole for themselves. Ikpeazu will kick it off from there. Because they have digged the hole for themselves, now they will now look for a way to cover it. But before they cover it, Ikpeazu will take it up from there. That is what they are doing. That's from my own analysis. That's why we have those people. If Peter Obi knows that they can't undo it, he would never have given it to them. That's just a fact. He would never have given it to those guys. And imagine having someone who just won a case in the Supreme Court or in the appeal court for Adeleke in your own team, you should know that this person knows the technicalities. There is no kind of technicalities APC or INEC or whatever they call them. So even the judge will want to bring out, they will retaliate, and also they are trying to play APC, and all the rest, their games. They are trying to play their games with them. And while these people are trying to play their games with them, they are trying to add extra sauce. That extra sauce they are trying to add to it is what they will use to wound these guys. So what we need to do is, it is normal for us to be worried, but what we need to do is to back them up and also put it out there what these guys are fighting, what they are saying in the court. We have to put it out there, like eyes on the judiciary, eyes on whatever this judge is saying. We don't have any cause to question their actions. Like the distinguished said, that some people are coming to our comments and say, oh, I can do better. See, I am going to say this: you cannot do even 1 inch of what these guys are doing. If you dare stand in that box, even as a witness, my brother, see, your train of thought will go. See, it will go away. You don't know, these people are sans. And when they question you, my brother, see, everything in your head will fly away. That witness, that what she did today, you cannot even do 1 inch. Not to talk of go there and question someone. So let's just die that thought. Let's kill it. These people are working. They are working so hard day and night. You understand? So it is normal for us to be worried. But what we need to do is to put it out there that eyes on this one, eyes on that one. And while we are doing this, we need to let people also know, like what people are doing, translating what Pels or the distinguished are doing into different languages. We need to share these things into WhatsApp groups and let people who don't fully understand English understand these things. This is what we need to know. Women in Nigeria, I need to just share something, please. Just a minute. My friend came back from Nigeria yesterday, on Saturday, and he said to me, he said that the local media, they are trying to take over, and they are aligning with Tinubu. He said the obedience should come to local media. I said, no, it's impossible for us. Why? Because Tinubu has bought all the local media. He has bought all the mainstream, the Sahara reporters. He has bought everything. But there is one thing that they cannot take, and that is the social media. And that social media can actually destroy in a minute all local media stations. And we will never relent. We will never let go of that social media because we want to take on local media stations. That's what we need to do. We need to keep that psychology intact, because that's what they are trying to fight against now. I will just see the mic here, and thank you guys. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
All right. Thank you very much, Dari. Thank you very much. That ends it, so we're not hear about. I see you. Please feel free to come in anytime. I know you just came in, so you probably want to take a breather.
I beg. You now horse you use come today. Horse. I'm not saying before I don't finish for before I don't finish for Lagos. He's enter horse.
I no go.
Hey, must
Sada, he
talk.
funny boy, no funny, sha, but we move.
We move, my brother. We move. Welcome, Jerry. Welcome. I just want to say something. See, when Nigeria, when he made the submission there, he was saying PDP's case. How? Oh God! You know, when I say I pity Atiku,
Really, that case, they still they court.
you see, PDP has a very, very strong. The wicked. You see, just be.
You know, you said he never best say PDP. I need bring PDP witness. PDP said they don't want again.
You know, say
PDP doesn't exist, though.
they have a very strong case also in court. The point is that all the boys now, the contract, Atiku contract expire. Subscribe. This was not a show working. This is not even that if we can be giving. I feel like probably on our own we'll be giving. Maybe we'll be having PDP case maybe 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
They must pay.
No, let us. It's for the good of let Article's children are here. They're listening. Article's children are listening here.
We know they work free for PDP.
Saddam, people will collect PDP money don't get house for Canada. Even if na PDP case, na im go help Peter Obi collect this thing without any problem. Rather make we give PDP case 5 minutes exposure, may everything spoil.
No, I don't agree that one. I don't agree that
Oh
one.
yeah, me at the
I don't
verse,
agree.
so no just use this my verse, judge anything.
I don't agree that one. I don't
Still
agree that
carry
one.
and go board meeting, I beg.
I don't agree that one. I don't agree, my
Eh.
brother. I don't agree that one. This one, I use power of veto power. I say I don't agree that one. I lie.
So we are going to warn
Criminal
you.
drug
We are going
baron,
to warn Ukraine.
the criminal drug baron must leave as a rock. By even if na so were case, even if na so were enter court now, say now my case I go use pursue the criminal drug baron must leave as a rock. By all means, any case where one use be winner, he must leave. Please, I don't want to hear say if na PDP case be the final nail we go knock him head. What did they talk now, my brother? Criminal must leave. You know say Asari Dokubo go Aso Rock. Do you know what that means? Asari Dokubo, Shekau go come for night. Asari go for money.
James Ibori.
James Ibori go for and they will not take photo ops. Presidential jet and they use fly drugs.
You mean I'm sure waiting for Abdul Salam when he gets when
Hey,
invite he dey work extradition.
if you know how many kilos, when our presidential jet don't fly in the past 2 weeks, pilot don't tire. Pilot say which kind of country I dey fly like this? This presidential jet. I'm just flying. Jet is heavy. People are not inside. What
The
is
world
inside
they
the jet?
avoid. The world they avoid Bill Gates. We bring a cola nut and a chin chin for them.
So please, our presidential jet has to start serving human beings, not kilos. Please. So I'm saying this because on behalf of Atiku, please, Atiku, former fans of Atiku, please, we'll be giving Atiku 20 minutes in here because his children when they cry, say all these boys when they don't give money before February, they don't who he come out with. Even Reno dusting powder, beer. Even that one, kai, oh my God, yeah. Hey, there's nothing like having a loyalty that is real, genuine, organic. You see that thing Jimmy was talking about organic protest. There is nothing, anything that is built on money it will collapse. It will collapse. Nobody is loyal to Atiku, even Ben Bruce.
Now Ben Bruce they boss my head. Ben Bruce called top minister of information for Twitter.
Bro, they know when they even
Mr. Common
no
Sense.
shame. I just pray. Me, please, Atiku, I'm
More guy, get common sense, really.
So I just say that just personal idea them say we can be helping PDP boys too. Please, it's not for PDP we are doing it. We are doing it for
And you know the
Nigeria.
problem, PDP boys go record the space, go collect money for Atiku. Say now then
Say
what?
that their voice.
You know see them go.
Saddam, I tell you now, Otumba, God bless you. I tell you. Be like saying no, listen, a war front we dey.
Okay, what you gonna do? See,
Especially that minister of
you know what you gonna do. You know what you
That
gonna
minister of
do.
aviation, you
We're
go tell
gonna
him
call him. We're gonna call him Mikano.
Saddam,
Mikano.
man tell us go take go. Minister of aviation, former minister of aviation, go talk say he don't come the space before. Say he sabi the boys now. Say you don't forget when I first go. That's why I went to the meeting the first time. You know, so you don't come on let's space before.
Otumba,
Okay.
in this era of deep space and AI, you go dey shock, say them fit even shock their voice in between all this our talk. You go just dey say PDP boys on a space with violence space defending Atiku. They go collect like 1.5 million
No, we gonna
dirham.
call him. See.
Another $200,000 don't go.
We're gonna call him the man who believes in marabout. The marabout seeker. The Mikano man. You go
Nah,
call him
Saddam,
say
every day you dey
if they
reduce
play
your
the recording for
accommodation
him.
in heaven. Na BQ you dey now. Oh.
If they play the recording for him, you go carry walking stick, break person head. You go play about things say you call me Mikano, marabout. So we're gonna call him by that name. But that case, we
Okay,
have to talk
bomb
about that
shot.
case. So that the judges will not come and think that we're just looking at. We're looking at. So there is no how the judiciary
That
can
maybe
look
for
at
talk
these
about
cases.
that, we go call the LP mini. LP mini.
Probably say Now person now picking we bring money. Now be senior brother. So are we now they bring money since? So that we be
Left
senior
to
brother.
myself now, we gonna call them PDAAC because them and so party will get 15,000 votes. Now the same thing.
Oh my god, my fellow. All right, when will I jump back to you?
Yeah, all right. Let's just quickly go with Chini. As whenever you're ready, just you can call me. Chini, please go ahead.
Thank you, well meaning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. You guys have really cracked me up today. Anyway, well meaning, thank you for allowing me rant on your DM yesterday. It was a very I don't know. I think there are lots of emotions flying here and there, all of the court proceedings just triggering some emotions, but at the end of the day, I shook it off and man, I moved on. Like it is what it is. We need to get that in our head. It's not going to be an easy journey. But I want to ask a question. Oh. I know those lawyers have been asking in court, but he reached to ask, is Mahmoud still alive? Because I have not seen him since that day that he made that announcement. I've not set my eyes on him on TV, on any form of interview. So is he still alive? If you've seen him, please tell us. Let's know. Because for them to ask those questions repeatedly, I don't know. I'm just not saying anything. I'm just thinking. I am thinking, is he afraid of PO? Or is he afraid of LP lawyers? Abi his PhD and doctorate degree where he gets, he doesn't have that, he cannot stand the questioning. I'm just wondering, because if he's not showing up anywhere, then it simply tells us one simple truth. Even the Bible says that the thief comes at night to steal. I'll stop at steal. Mahmoud is a robber. Abi is a thief. As a robber, anyone who steals from a person by force or makes the person feel that being robbed by force, taking something from someone by force makes you a robber. So Mahmoud too is a robber. And now he has finished cooking the beans he has cooked. For him to now come and defend the beans, he no fit comot. He's a coward. So as a robber, a thief, a coward, I just know that man is, I don't know, his PhD is nonsense. When you look at those people that stand in that box and speak, the witnesses, just LP witnesses, not all the witnesses. I'm talking about the witnesses, the people that are correct witnesses. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy journey to stand there and speak. So this Mahmoud, when thief, now announced at night, as that person reach, PhD doctor, can he stand those lawyers? You should tell yourself the truth. He's afraid. He's a coward. That is what I understand. Because if he's not, and if he did not steal, he will come out with his full chest and say what he said, and people will see him. But he can't. That is simply what everything that is going on with INEC in that court. That is the simple truth. If you are a liar and a thief and all sort of rubbish that you are, you cannot come out and defend it. It's not possible. So all of this still takes me back to what Pio said. We won this election and we will prove it in courts. If you look at the handwriting on the wall, all of these happenings, from the evidences to the witnesses to the whole INEC shenanigans, hasn't Pio haven't they done enough to prove to you and me that PO won this election? Like, what else? What else remain? Now, for them to announce, would that announcement still change the fact that PO won this election? Every evidences we see today, from the witnesses to the documents submitted, to the questions asked, to the answers to those questions, to even the lawyers, those respondents, 3, 4, I don't know, those people, all of them like that. The questions they ask, they are very inconsequential to the case. It's very old. Let me finish. This your is I don't know even what it does to me. So, my people, the process is already showing us that the process in court is already showing us that PO is proving to everyone that he won this case. The judges know that. The lawyers know that. Everybody know that. If you don't know that, please go and reevaluate where you are lining. I yield.
All right, thank you very much, Chini. No vex. My drum na my last resort. If I don't wave on, I will play my drum. I just say some people the way they dance to the drum sometimes. So thank you very much. All right, let me just quickly go to meanwhile, guy Ibrahim. I can see you here. Oh. Feel free to pop in anytime. You are my guy. All right, let's just quickly go to UC Maxwell. Guys, you know we used to give people that go to court some preference and Bermuda novice. UC Maxwell, are you here? Let's UC Maxwell don't go chop. All right, let's just go to let's take a guy. HGK, man, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Oga Saddam. Well-meaning Nigerian. Tumba. Jimmy, my brother. My brother, in fact, now after your vex, Naima, calm down, Jimmy. Because, honestly, Saddam, you say you're going to go for 25 years if you see Professor Mahmoud. I'm probably going to go for 75. Because what I want to do to him, honestly, I don't need to talk about it on space. You know, the man wants me to speak Latin.
Two of now they play. Me now life then they give me life.
Well, mine is 75. The man wants to make me speak Latin that I did not learn even in old age. But all I'm going to say for now is that thunder will fire him first of all. He's not going to die well. So we're not dealing with him on this earthly platform. We're also going to pray that God deals with him if he does not repent before he dies eventually. And that's how the sins of the fathers may probably also fall on the sons and the children's children going forward if they do not repent and turn from their evil ways. But away from that, then again, another group where they annoy me now these judges. How can people be so useless? Honestly, I don't understand it. The judges have become of this PET are just unfortunate. They are disappointing and shameful. INEC disobeyed your court orders and you failed to penalize them. In fact, you are as dumb and as hopeless as to asking the prosecuting counsel what they want you to do. My lord, fuck. I've never seen this kind of thing before. This is the height of ineptitude and not being able to sit and effectively discharge your powers. It's unfortunate. I've never seen this type of thing before. Just like Jimmy said, these are people that slam the gavel and somebody is hanged or sent to firing squad. And all of a sudden, a body that is under the government, a body that is paid by taxpayers' funds, a goddamn government agency, seems to be very powerful that you can no longer wield your sword. And you can't slam your government and send some people to jail. It's unfortunate. It's the worst we have seen so far. So Justice Samani and his group, just they play. Make una just they play. But you see, evidence yapa. Evidence they too much. That even if, I have said it before, even if the devil himself is brought from hell to preside over this case, that devil will fling Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the criminal drug baron, away from court. He will fling him from the windows of that court. And it will be the end of maladministration and injustice in this country. Now let him gloat, let his boys just, let them move Ogamugali and just misbehave. He's in France. Let him continue to misbehave. Our private jet, the Air Force One of Nigeria, they'll probably use it this period to move hard drugs, move heroin. Yes, that is part of what comes with unconstitutionality and illegality. And shame to Nigerians. It's unfortunate that on a day like this in court, I am addressing myself as a Nigerian, that a judge that is saddled with full powers to slam justice on people that have been found wanting, actually lukewarm about it. Shame on anyone that thinks these 5 human beings at the Court of Appeal and PEPT should be admired. It's very unfortunate. And then, of course, you see, Boko Haram is actually back. They are back in full force. But outside Boko Haram, let me remind Nigerians one thing. Just wait 1 minute, one more minute. A certain presidential candidate said they spent more than $16 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not make even a down payment for a roasted corn. Nigerians, how far electricity tariff? It must reach everybody. It go reach everybody. Tribalism, nepotism, religion is not the final answer. Everybody will pay this electricity tariff. You will see shege. That is the final judgment for living meritocracy and chasing mediocrity. That is where I stop at this moment. Thank you very much for giving me another opportunity. All
Thank you
eyes
very
on the
much.
judiciary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ejike. Thank you very much. Quickly, let's go to Fetch. Fetch, I know you have been here for a long time. Please go ahead, 4 minutes. Fetch, are you still here?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Violence Space family, depending on where you're speaking from. Sadamo, before I start, I want to ask you, did this PEPT be like say don't confuse us? I beg who you say call you with strange number because I'm not understanding. So they called you like this, you don't do conference call for your whole Violence family. Not only you collect this call, I'm not understanding. Eh? You just come post them for space, just for Twitter, just like that.
Hold on,
All of us they do
Fetch,
fetch.
don't get you for
wait.
minutes, is that it?
I never
Anyway,
brush my mouth. I never wash my hands. I put the phone for fridge now. Yes, it's Sunday. No verse.
You
No
back
verse.
every other call so that
Well,
call will
well,
remain your last
well, mean,
receipt call.
mute Saddam. Mute Saddam, please. Beg.
Saddam, that's your phone when you take you answer that call. That's your phone, eh? Now waiting they call them. Will not be artifact.
I go buy
They go put for show
torchlight phone.
glass.
I go buy torchlight phone yesterday. I had to carry the phone come out again. Now torchlight phone I dey use Wakana open. If you see me now, if you all collect my phone, I give you the phone. This one why I hold like this at the whole space. He can never leave my room. He can never leave my house where I did this side for till thy kingdom come. So now torchlight phone I this waka for street. I said waka like this now. So no vex.
Anyway, I joined this space very angry. Not disappointed or not discouraged, but furious. But like others have said before me, we've never had faith in the judiciary. And nothing they are doing is surprising. And of course, in the last 2 days, they've shown exactly why we have no faith in them and no trust in them. But like Aisha Yusuf said, we don't have faith in the judiciary. We're not supposed to have faith in them. What we're supposed to do is to hold them accountable and to press their neck. Nobody's asking us. So it's natural for us to feel some kind of, some people to feel discouraged or disappointed. But what are we being discouraged about? Did we trust them in the first place? Out of the whole obedient family, it's not only few that trust them. Even Dati Baba Ahmed does not even have faith in the judiciary. I just want to thank Real Ever Best and General Lucci for the updates and the revelations this evening. I think it has gone a long way. And will also go a long way to help a lot of obedience to understand and to remember what we're supposed to be doing. I'm not going to lie, I look forward to the day that INEC and Mr. Yakubu will be held accountable. Total accountability. Maybe even some people feel go jail, Obedience, I want to just to reemphasize that what has been said before. If an obedient can trust you to run a comatose country like Nigeria, we're all here, we campaigned with our money, our time, our talent. We campaigned for him, trusted that he can run this comatose country, can win this country. Then why will some people doubt his ability to put together a formidable world-class legal team? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It's as if after this election, some people have forgotten who we gave our mandate to. So please, those of us that are forgetting, try and remember. Like others have said, we have a formidable legal team. I don't think even if you import a team from the UK, they can do better than what our team is doing. They don't even have the kind of experience to do the kind of work our team is doing. On the return of Boko Haram, I don't even know what to say. I guess it's expected. After all, during the election, kidnapping and unknown gunmen paused, and after that, they resumed their activities. So it follows in that same trend that Boko Haram will return. But a senior military officer was asked about Asari, and he asked the question that to fight a pig, how do you fight a pig? To fight a pig, you have to join the pig in the mud. So I think some people have been commenting on the TL, military is not talking. So I was opportune where somebody asked that question of a senior military, and that was his response. Why do you want to fight a pig? The only way to fight a pig is in the mud. So you have to choose your battles. You have to decide where you want to go. Now, let me state something, because sometimes we forget. We're in a democracy, government of the people, by the people, for the people. Women, I'm rounding up. And that power resides with the people, not with the military. It is the people that determine the military that the country will have. That is why we need to recover our mandate so that we can have the military that we want. I'll have a request to make, please. Violence space, could you extract, like we did with NC's Ngige Paradox that has gone viral, even on WhatsApp? Could we extract General Oluchi's statement, submission of today? Just to do it like the way we did the one of yes, since it has gone viral, people have been sending it to me on WhatsApp. So if we could do what we did with that to General Oluchi's submission today, we could have another powerful thing that can also go viral and strengthen people to understand what's going on in the tribunal. On a lighter note now, two things, please. Saddam, it seems as if we're going to need to put subtitles on our YouTube recordings because Omo Jimmy, listening on the space sweet like this, but on that YouTube, we go put you subtitle, make the thing sweet pass. Then, as an Igbo girl, when I
My
see
sister, if you dey hear
this
Yoruba, if you dey hear wetin Jimmy dey talk for Yoruba, na that thing na im be the subtitle, na im be the censor. If you subtitle that thing, the whole video don demonetize. Oh, well, just Jimmy know why he put that one for Yoruba. Oh, if you know, you know.
no wahala.
Yeah,
Now my
we can't use those words in English.
Are you a god? It's only
okay,
the gods that
no,
understand what he's saying.
no
It's for
wahala.
the
Now as an
gods.
Igbo girl, this is my final. I'm going to drop my mic now. When I see Sanuzuku's name, General Lonchi called him Livy. The name is not Livy, it's Livy. If you're an Igbo person, you know that name is not Livy. Maybe now, but now Livy. Thank you, everyone. I yield my mic.
Fetch, I mean, just leave me. Thank you very much, Fetch. All right, quickly, let's go to Call Me Lexi. Lexi, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Good evening, everybody. Everyone on the violence space. It is a great time to be together, to connect as a family and understand each other. I want to come in by congratulating the Agbados and the Batidiots. Because right now, as an obedient, I am trying to understand and envy them. Because right now, they are enjoying. One can badly be on no toilets. They are enjoying. It is only obedient that is suffering right now if you can see it. They are just enjoying free tariff. No problem, free bus. Obedient. Why now? Why you now push me saying that this life then go enjoy? Eh? One can done it behind your new toilet. They don't have any problem. Criminality just encourage the criminality. They are just appreciating themselves with every post. You now want to tell me that they are not enjoying. Àgbàdo, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ yà. Ẹ máa momi gàrí tí yín máa ta. Don't worry. Ṣebí mi na dey tell you say, hey, these people, we see you say, we, àwa ò gbọ́n. Don't worry now, just start. It is just 3 weeks. By the time tí yà bá mú yín, it is well that we are saying, it will turn to God forbid for you. Because we are talking now, it seems that we are mad. As Adam has said, we are done with INEC. We have put them on trial and they have failed in Nigeria. Right now, all eyes on judiciary. Táyé wọn bá fẹ́ bàjẹ́. Number, if judiciary want to set this country on fire, they should just tell us that everything that they have presented to them is error. Then we will now know that they have set this country on fire. Forget the time that this country will favor me unless we are a criminal, that is when this country will favor you. So far you are not criminal, kò lè favor ẹ. Wàá kú sínú ìyà ni. It is better you join us now. Let's drag them. Let's keep on pushing it. Ẹni bá lọ ló bá kú o, èmi ò ní bá kú. Me and you, we will drag them out. Wherever way they want it, we are going to give it to them back to back. That is why I congratulate the Agbado. They are enjoying. Right now, I want to know where they are doing giveaway. I should go and join them because they are enjoying. They are just collecting everything. As you can see, they have lights 247. They don't even pay for lights. No problem with them. 20 naira, they are buying petrol, free bus, nothing. They chop. In fact, now them they chop 3 times squaddy. Now only obedient they struggle to chop now. That's the Nigeria they want. And they are already getting it. But be obedient. Fuck up.
Leslie, let me help you. Once you decamp to Agbado, the first thing you do is you say the prayer. This Tinubu regime must favor me.
Must favor me. It's already it's
Then,
already
Saddam,
favoring
what
them.
you
That's
now
what
do
I'm
is,
saying.
Saddam, you now take,
They are
you take
enjoying
your
it.
Yoruba
That is what I'm trying
if
to
you
now.
wait,
Now
let's see.
you are
If
understand.
you
Oh God.
if you're a Yoruba person, so what you now do is all the name of the new appointments, you gotta take that picture and put them in your house. If you are sorry, Ibrahim, not Hasuronu this time around. This is Yoruba nepotism in full blown regalia. So all the right now as a Yoruba person, the lives of our people in Osun State has jumped up because we have they gave us one military post or whatever. So it's now time for Yoruba nepotism in full flesh. So
Otumba, congratulations. So I didn't know this. Congratulations.
They said
congratulations.
democracy. They said democracy is government for the people, by the people, and for the people. You see this one?
It's for
Criminality for
Yoruba.
the people, by the people, criminality supporting criminality. They just started. Maybe we are telling them. They said no. They are already feeling it. But one thing is sure. Maybe they want it to.
I will take a screenshot. This man was my lecturer when I was in Caltech. He's a PhD holder. And he literally made a Facebook post today. He served as a commissioner in Osun State. And his Facebook post was about the Yorubas that were nominated into Tinubu's cabinet. Like, this is... when I'm telling you, they really... You see the way they treasure this thing. And I'm thinking that, this guy taught me a lot. But it's just that, there's some people in he's an egbon. Like if I start because if I looked at all the comments too, all of them too, he's ass leaking. Brother, contract. Like if I tell him what's in my mind, like bro,
Make I help you tell him.
I go no worry, I go say now you know that he was a commissioner of Osun State, see commissioner of works, or now he like he chop money dying. Hey God. Continue.
Bro,
Yeah,
you see,
yeah.
you see
And
this.
last and
Sorry,
last.
call me. I beg no. I will give you 1 extra minute. You see this their Yoruba Ronu, eh? Sherry, where una go use this stupidness push una life? If it about buy yide, una see una
Ayé
wait.
wọn ti kulẹ̀ bàjẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Don't package it. Kò sí. No. Don't package it for them. Be blunt.
Hold on, me I cook this one finish. Wèrè tó ń wò bí aboyún musu tó ṣe mú bí fọ́ọ̀kì tó fi mú dòdò. Dami tó ń bèrè Yorùbá Ronu. He say make una please. He need money to do the wetin they call am the cookathon. Ayé yín ti bàjẹ́. Yorùbá Ronu. Someone came out and did something for the Nigerian people collectively. But una bring una bigotry. Say you did it for the Igbo. That mean we did it for the Yoruba. Olórí burúkú. Ìyẹn náà wá ṣe fídíò.
Jimmy, I don't know. I don't know if you noticed.
Only please, help me. I need money for security. Ayé yín ti bàjẹ́. Yorùbá Ronu. Ayé tí yín ti ta.
I
Tí
don't.
ti ta, country
I
ti
don't
bá
know if you let Jimmy. Hold on. Let's add 1+1 together about what you said about this dam. If you add it together with how they frame Tinubu for us, this is it. It is just the same thing. They just keep telling us it is possible. They just keep pushing and keep deceiving people that is doing the best, is doing the right thing. Ekiti is like Ekiti. I'm sorry if you are Ekiti. I don't know. Maybe you relate with Ford. That is how they want us to believe that every polling unit in Ekiti state, it is APC
what are you
that won
talking
it.
about? You know see wetin Ekiti do for pool? You
They
know see
want
wetin
us
Ekiti
to
do
believe.
us for pool? Èkìtì ẹ wo ẹ̀yin ará Òkìtì ẹ mú olóò wa kò wá ẹ̀mí jẹjẹ òbọ̀kún eégún ẹja ni la pa gbogbo yín kú ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ará Èkìtì ẹ ra ọkàn yà á balẹ̀ o ọkàn yà á balẹ̀ eégún ẹja ni la pa gbogbo yín kú torí ológun kú ló pọ̀ nu gbogbo yín ẹ wá kó wá ti àwọn Yorùbá ẹ ti wá kọ̀ wá lọ́rùn báyìí mú olóò wa kò wá ẹ̀mí jẹjẹ òbọ̀kún eégún ẹja ni la pa gbogbo yín kú
Let,
lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan.
let me carry Saddam along. If you remember in this past presidential election, it was only Ekiti. They have not announced it in Ekiti. The result has already gotten to Abuja. They are already announcing it in Abuja. Wọ́n lórí burúkú mi ò mọ bí that is result. They already
This man,
announced.
what do they call him? Fayose said it on TV now. Fayose said on TV that we know how we did it. We know how we did it for Tinubu in Ekiti. We know how we did it. He said it on live TV, that we know how we did it for Tinubu in Ekiti. They're not even ashamed to say this. So, see, and see, PDP boys, you guys are useless. You guys are the most useless things to exist to walk on Mother Earth. You guys are. You're on the space listening to me, and I know you are listening to me. I want you
They are
guys
the
are the
scum
most
of the earth.
stupid set of human beings to walk on Mother Earth. Dino was on only Dino they fuck up anyhow, but Dino, toilet for you. Toilet for you. Dino was the person that came out that day and was saying it. He did the math self that day and say, Yakubu Mahmoud, see what you read for us here. What you read for us here now, I've done the calculation. It is overvoting in Ekiti. I don't even understand. Oh, God have mercy. PDP boys cannot use anything. They are just waiting for make government favor us. They have been in opposition for 8 years only. Hunger won't kill them. Hunger won't kill them. They say opposition now child's play. They won't by all means. They cannot see themselves in opposition for 16 years. They are not aligning to go and eat from the drug dealer. Shame on you people. Call me,
Saddam,
please.
let me try and round up with this. One day, we will all agree on this app that Daniel Riga gets sense pass most of all the influencers wey dey here. We go all agree because you go know say Daniel Riga support you if they go like this and he will be splitting and you will understand. But you see all these hypocrites, one day we will all agree. But for now, and last thing, Aṣọ Ìbora Ìlápò, you that we are recording, APC, you are recording, ìwọ ló lè pé tètè já dànù báyìí torí mo fẹ́ kú ẹ̀ lépè ní. Start recording. I know you have been recording. And the one that suits your agenda, you will now go and post it. Aṣọ Ìbora Ìlápò, Taxi Òsìkì ní Kọ́ńdọ̀. Wherever you go, you will not see favor. Shebi, you have pushed us here, and we are facing you. You are enjoying, and we are suffering. By the end of time, you will know that sufferness will end your life. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much, Lexi. I actually think one of the worst insult anybody can insult anybody is to say Daniel Rega is smarter than you. That's an insult on another level. Or more. Thank you very much. Copy, Lexi. If they say Daniel Rega is smart past you, guy.
Yes, now what's popping is the second smartest PDP influencer after Daniel Rega.
More. All right, Liberty champion, please go ahead. Okay, Otuba, you were saying something.
No, but if it's Southeast now, they know how to so trade about the South. They should do this. I mean, those PDP boys, man.
If Daniel Rega smart past person, wahala deal. Liberty champion, go ahead.
My people, all protocol observed. I hope you can all hear me. Am I loud and clear?
Yes.
Fantastic. Sizzle, I hope say that horse you don't give am hay and water. The horse don't recover for tomorrow's journey. Jimmy and Lexi, this Yoruba way on they speak. My Yoruba not too strong, but I get the gist, man. Me too follow on do ase for the matter. Anyway, thank you so much, people. General Oluchi, I like your submission. I want to ask a request. I don't know if you guys have it somewhere. Please direct me. Is there any voice note recording? You know, those summary of all the daily updates. I beg. I
I
get
think
people where I want share them to.
Wayemi does one. I know Wayemi. This is
I
a
mean,
Christian.
is there a catalog of it in one place so that
I think on our YouTube page. I believe on our YouTube page. I'm not sure, but I think
okay,
Wayemi.
I have subscribed to our YouTube page. I'll go and see. Yeah, I'll go and see because I have people that I want to share it to, because the submission made here by people, we need to be educating our people on ground obedience. You know, though we are not in election mode, but we are still in the mode for education and information dissemination. Um, Basically, you know, Saddam, you know, these days I hardly come on Twitter. Nah, mostly violence space at they come because, and sometimes 1 million man crew, sometimes Steven space, because sometimes you come on space, you could just hear some kind of people. You could the one that say now where then they all these months. In fact, me, I don't want call names. If green purple they here, the guy go understand what I mean. Man, the last time I was on their space, man, I see my ear pain me, but I just thought, you know what? So obedience, let me please appeal to you. Some people, just like Saddam used to advise us that time, say if you not get liver, no go Agbado space. If you not get liver, no they listen to PEPT update. If what you they hear, they give you heartache. Just switch off. I beg on that because some of you just come space and I'll come they ask some kind of question. I will just sit down for my mic. I will just put hand for it say, yeah, but which kind of people be this? And some of them will claim say they be professor. Hey, I will come say, look, I will come share information. When I go UC Maxwell space, when I go General Olichi timeline, I go even give them the diary, the location. Go and read up. Some people not just want read, they just want somebody to come and give them their mala, they swallow. Already prepared. And, you know, our people, man, please, 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 please. According to Arewa Chick, there are obedience and there are obedience. So now we didn't know the real bona fide people. We're ready to inform themselves. We're ready to listen well. And we're ready to just stay true to the course. Please, people will come space. Hey, can't be lawyers do this? People are already preempting the decision of the court. I beg on nah. Then say there will be rerun, there will be no rerun. There's nothing I've not heard. So what is wrong? In fact, legally, the way we are even dissecting this thing, we are going way beyond. Sometimes all we need, some of us, is just to go and read and spend time just reflecting and meditating and remunerating. I'm telling you. That's why you hardly see me come on space. That's why you hardly see me come on space these days because some kind of space I go just won't be like, may I carry the obedience, make I just begin to slap and left, right, and center. Say, man, open your brain, man, wake up. You know, stop asking silly, stupid questions. And some people literally want to be told the game plan on a public space. They can't even read in between the line. You know what? MC Emir Saddam, I am revisiting all the verses of the commandments you have always told our people. Who not get liver, make it come out for Twitter. Not be by force. Not be by force. I beg on. Please, my people, on the last note, I beg. We get virtual event for National Youth Leader who is now in the UK. Please disseminate. Log in on the time. It's on the JT. It's on my timeline. Please, we're inviting everyone to please come and let us interact, dialogue, and ask questions. We have 2 special guests on the program on the day. Thank you so much. I yield my mic. God bless you. Well done, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Liberty Champion. Thank you very much. Okay, quickly, let's go to, please, if you're in the speaker section, you want to speak, please raise your hand. Let me just go to, I don't know if a guy Brian would want to just say hi now because I know say You can just be going on. Guy Brian could just listen. Guy Brian, are you here?
Well-meaning. One
Yeah.
second. Let me read this. I'm not sure if you guys have seen. If you guys have seen it, it says elected politicians, judges set to get 114% salary raise. 114% salary
Plata. Plata.
or plumo. They don't they give them. They don't they give them plata. The country is in debt right now. People are going through subsidy removal pain right now, but yet they are increasing some people's salary, setting people's salary by
Jimmy,
100.
why is he paying you?
Plata, amigo.
No, it's
Plata,
not
If
amigo.
he's,
saying
if he's
no.
Plata.
paying you, if he's paying you, join APC and pray. This generation, this administration will favor me
Who
and my
favor you?
family.
Okay,
Simple. So, don't stop. Why are you complaining? No,
I get, I,
join
Jimmy,
APC
do you
and just
believe?
pray.
Do you
It's
believe?
I
simple.
kiss my ass. I
Um,
kiss my ass.
my neighbor tried it now. She tried it. She have been complaining. There's no money, no money. She joined APC and she prayed. She just pray and say, "Let this administration favor me." And the next morning, and they built filling station in front of their house. She's drinking.
Or you can get
Try it. Just try it and you see. Try it. Don't complain.
or
Don't complain, please.
get the picture of all the Yoruba appointees and if you're Yoruba to it helps. That helps. That helps a lot. Picture and take it to the bank. They'll give you money.
Oh, Guy Brian, go ahead. What else, sir?
Good evening, all. Today I'm just enjoying myself. I like to just come to Vawulence space, have my one small corner, get refill, you understand, listen to the madness. Because Nigeria now, only way you carry your mad head enter this kind of place, then you can understand what is happening. If you know what is happening in that their own camp, if you know the fear where they have now for what they are seeing coming to them. I spoke to one of the senior citizens today. He called me for almost 50 something minutes. He was telling me now they are even planning whatever they will do, they must reach out to Mr. Pio. I said the mandate is not Mr. Pio's mandate. This is a pure Nigerian's mandate. It's not about Pio, it's beyond Pio now. With this evidence, it has already passed the level people are thinking. There is no excuse, there is no escape. We don't even have to waste our energy, waste our things that they have never seen before. God is doing the fight for us. We are doing the fight on our own level here. So we will not, if you like, move to any party you want to move to. Do whatever you want to do. The only thing I always tell people, once you hear somebody, that all of us here, sitting down here, all of us within this violent space, it's one thing we all of us agreed that this man that stole our mandate is a drug baron. That's all what we know. All of us here, we have agreed. So if you agree is a drug baron, what are the qualities that will make somebody to rise and become a lord in the drug system? Is how to maneuver, how to gaslight, how to do propaganda, how to corner judges, how to corner police. That's their work. Ask all the mafians. That's what they are. What they are good to. So don't even feel anything. They will just come here to try to scatter. Our team and our legal team are professionals. They know what they are doing. They are always out there. People is always with them. Everybody is with them. Everybody is praying. Put your mind. Our own and what I have taken. I'm trying to start doing now up here in the north, because if you look at the whole scenario, the appointment, the 3 weeks, Tinubu is just trying to see how he can manage to be part of that Iran. That's the only thing he's planning. Look at the appointment, everything, giving Southern Kaduna, taking them the Northern Christian. You just look at the pattern. Dismissing people can't catch MFLA because everybody knows the anger of the design. He's just trying to do one thing. Focus people's mind that he is the best thing that ever happens to this country. That's how drug barons play. If it's your in-law, you know now. Is this something? If you know anybody that will they sell weed for your area, he's going to be the nicest person in that area now. Una don't know. Go and see the people where they say drugs anywhere in the country. Not
Plugs
like
are nice. Plugs are nice people.
Otuma, please, Otuma, check your WhatsApp. Please, boy, Ibrahim, I want to ask one question before you continue. Please, can and is it in the Nigerian constitution? Now, I want to understand first. Is it in the Nigerian constitution? Can a drug baron contest for any elective position?
Of course not. Of
So that
course he
means,
cannot.
he's not even eligible in any rerun, Abi.
He is not. See, there is
I
nothing
want I know
that
I'm
they can
saying this. I know
see.
I'm saying this
See,
because
even if they do the, even if they do the count,
Ibrahim, yeah, please,
yes,
before you go on, I know I'm saying this so that it can be clear in the court of public opinion, and the judiciary should understand that we know that a criminal drug baron cannot be on the ballot for even any if there's going to ever be any run, Tinubu cannot be on the ballot. If not, it is not justice served.
yes, that's what we have to now. That's why I said, this is what I have taken upon myself. Go to radio station, Hausa radio station programs. If you now listen to the pattern, because you know one of the mugu we have in this country is called the media space. The owners of those media houses, they are okay for them to continue because of what they want to get. They are going to be opportune in this government. So all of them, they are tilting everything towards to see how they are going to. Before, if anything happened, they call us and say, okay, what's your opinion? Okay, as an opposition, you understand? But now, they are not even doing that to us. You understand? So we will even continue to get some radio stations so that at least we keep updating people on what is happening. Because a lot of people don't even know what is happening in the court. But we like it that way. Because it's just going to be like a big hammer. Bam! On them on that day. They will surprise with all the maneuvering of this guy. Because the evidence are overwhelming. Today I was in the golf club. We are talking with a lot of people who are there. Everybody say, how are you manufacturing this evidence? I said, we are not even manufacturing everything. Some of these evidence are coming from INEC. So it's not something that is going to be too difficult to, there's nothing they can do. It's a time, this thing, that's why you see all of them going helter-skelter, trying to see how they will blackmail the judiciary, blackmail National Assembly. Look at even the voting pattern. I was listening to one of the House of Rep member. He said, now they have already finished election. It's for the Nigeria to make Nigeria work. Which way? Which Nigeria to work? How can you work with something that is not legitimate? And then some people are even advising him, okay, once you're supposed to do, change the INEC chairman, change everything, Nigerians will help him, then we'll go for election, then he win, then he now have the legitimacy. How can he win? How? It's Nigerian that rejected you. If you say we do 24 million votes, half of, two-thirds of the vote say no. Because if you have 8,000 and
8 million.
votes, 8 million. So 8 million in 24 is what? 1/3.
It's 1/3. It was never a
It's
majority.
1/3. That's
And
two
that's
thirds. So no.
that's based on their own numbers.
That's what I'm saying. That's based on their own numbers that they allocated to people. Even with their own numbers, they have even fucked off everything. So me, my own is just to, I'm so happy. And I know all this boo that they are doing is because of this obedience that we have here. And a lot of people are praying for us. Even the old knows that this is what we are doing. We are bringing out facts. We are talking to them. We are holding them. It's only this group. Look at before election till today, Sadem, till today, we are still doing this violence piece, bringing up people, talking to us, telling us where we are. So where do you want us to be? If you are not here, where will you be? If you are not obedient, where will you be? If you are not part of this fight, where will you be? Just because you have money in your pocket. I'm telling you, I just came back I play my golf, I go my dinner, I get go and see all the profiles. That's why I always tell, if you're about other people, go and look all the profiles, be clicking all these people. You see them, Savik, everybody you see his name here, Alfred, just click and see, are they stupid people? Are they roam about on the street people? And not that we just see government just flying above our head. No, some of us have seen it to the down. All this thing that is happening, EFCC man, is something new? Who will you tell that Boko Haram? They are Boko Haram now. Look at how the kind of government wants to do a whole Asari Dokubo going to sit down in the presidential villa. If not this kind of government, for God's sake, look at the kind of people. Look at the kind of people. Look at he is coming to even grandstand, do propaganda, blackmail. He was paid. That's what he was told to do. That's the script. He come and blackmail the whole army, the whole military. And now if you're talking to somebody that is Bodo, he didn't see anything out of it. This is mafia system of government. This is a pure state grabbing. You just bring one non-entity. You don't even know with what party. He's coming to tell you that even us that are going from Abuja to Kaduna, he's the one that is protecting us. If today na Saddam talk that one, or somebody from opposition talk that one, the whole of them, they will be bouncing. They arrest him. Look at, even the military cannot say anything. Everybody is quiet. That's the danger. Everybody is quiet. Somebody like Asaido Kubu.
A terrorist.
A terrorist in the villa. I was shaking. I said, what? Do you know the meaning of this? That's me. You see the incarnation of Pablo of Soba inside that place talking to Nigerians. That's where we're heading to. So then, thank God. And thank God for having Otumba, well-meaning. Jimmy, keep blessing, keep putting us on this mood. At least we be very angry. We need to be angry because that's the only way for us to take care of this country and take our country back. I yield my mic. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. All right, let's just quickly go. Savik, I know you've been here, so I'm not so sure if you're. Savik, are you there?
Wait a minute, please. Text someone else. Just give me 5 minutes, please.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Can I go on well-meaning?
Since I beg. Now you are the way for me. You can't serve the food wherever you don't cook since I beg. Please go ahead, N6.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Auditorium of Vawulence. It's always a pleasure speaking to you guys. And I always want to remind you, this is one of the greatest times to be a Nigerian. If the obedient movement had existed in 2015, based on facts and figures alone, we might not have supported Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, but we most definitely would not have put Muhammad Buhari in power. Facts. My sermon today is titled, When Two Elephants Fight. The two elephants fighting are ACN and CPC. And I will break it down why that fight alone also encompasses every single thing we have as our topic. Now, remember, the APC as a party does not exist. It was a gang of criminals who came together and felt, let us bully the Nigerian government of the day, take over power, destroy Nigeria, and feast on its ashes. This was successfully done. The current president at the time, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, was bullied into calling Muhammadu Buhari and literally handing him the country before the election results had been counted. It will also bear you in mind that Nyanya bus stop, the Abuja equivalent of CMS in Lagos, was bombed twice under Jonathan's 4-year administration, but no bomb ever went off in Abuja under the Buhari administration, even though Boko Haram and bandits have ramped up their attacks to ridiculous levels everywhere else in the north. True or false? True. So it begs you to understand that under Jonathan, there was definitely a Boko Haram problem in the forest, but there was a political Boko Haram that made life uneasy in Abuja to get him out of power. Now, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, it is my turn, it was not the turn of the Yorubas. You see them today When they are fighting over the Senate House or the House of Reps, they start talking about rotation. It is the turn of the East. It is the turn of the West. It is the turn of the North. It is the turn of the Middle Belt. But these same evil men refused and somehow had amnesia and forgot at presidential level that it was the turn of the Southeast to produce the president. I always like to remind Nigeria of that because based on equity and fairness alone, Peter Obi should be president of Nigeria. But I will digress. Back to the battle. You, the Nigerian, are the grass that these two elephants have been trampling upon. Let me explain. A man called Bola Ahmed Tinubu saw Muhammadu Buhari. Buhari had been rejected by Nigerians. I always like to give you this fact for 12 straight years. He always ran in elections every 4 years. Nigerians knew he was bad news. Out of every military ruler we have in this country, I always told people that one of the first things that disqualified Muhammadu Buhari, first of all, even out of all the military rulers we had, was the fact that Nigeria was a democratic country as at 1982 under Shehu Shagari. He was not perfect. It was a nascent democracy. We were learning. Buhari was the first military ruler that truncated democracy. Please remember your facts and figures. He was the first military ruler that truncated democracy. After all Olusegun Obasanjo did to take us back to democratic rule. So it's very ironic that this same man, all of a sudden, in 1999, about 30 years later, 20 years later, was itching to be president, and somehow men who should have known better, so even this grandchild of Shagari, supported Buhari. But here we are, 8 years later. I always say this. One of my biggest problems with the universe and vis-a-vis God in particular is because the Bible actually gives me an answer. The Bible said, 1,000 years to man is like a blink. It says it's like a day, but I want to just paraphrase. It's like a blink to God. So where God would might need 200 years to panel beat Nigerians to have sense, I, as a mere mortal, who probably has 60 years of value as a human being before I start to decay, is begging God that I need to see Nigeria make sense in my lifetime. Why? If you follow the trajectory of Nigeria, you would see that heaven is taking its time to barbecue Nigeria, because the destiny Nigeria has the tendency, the capabilities and the properties to be a greater nation to the world than China and the United States combined. And if you add, that is just the power of Nigerians alone, minus our natural resources. So I tell you people that there's a small victory to enjoy in all of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's folly. And let me break it down. The ACN promised the CPC, we will continue in Buhari's footsteps. Please remember that the plan for Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not to come in and change Emefiele. The plan was not to come in and change Hadi Sirika. I promise you the plan was not to come in and suspend any of the service chiefs. Why are these actions being taken? A young lady tweeted on the timeline, Bola Tinubu is walking like somebody that has 100 days in office. And I will say it's actually very, very true. Because when you look at these actions, for somebody this is where Nigerians became the grass in the fight between two elephants, and it is sad. For the last 8 years, Muhammadu Buhari was doing utter rubbish as president of this country. The man was barely literate. He has no proof that he has ever spoken intelligently ever in his life. There was nowhere in mathematics that Muhammadu Buhari could be given a country and he would run. He was barely running a poultry and his cattle farm well in Katsina. But somehow, enemies of the state masquerading as patriots told us that we were mad. With every harebrained and idiotic policy Muhammadu Buhari rolled out back to back, they kept on keeping Nigerians entertained. In the beginning in 2015, I said all this government needed to do was create 52 diversions and release one every week while they keep looting this country. And that was what they did. It's actually very simple, but it took Nigerians 8 years to decode that it's all happening in a WhatsApp group of demons. Look at them. Somebody got up in a political strategy where me, Saddam, Otumba, even Omar were linking up to try and create violence space. Somebody in the APC had the bright idea and said, hello, guys. Do you know where we will start the base foundation of our party, especially on one of the most controversial websites for public opinion? We will go and check for all the people that asked for giveaway. What a satanic idea. It is ridiculous that even a year into this movement, we are still finding giveaway handles of APC members online. You would think that these people might have even typed their name with giveaway and deleted, but no. It still shows you the people we handed Nigeria to. Northern Nigeria might hate what I'm going to say, but the facts remain. One of the best things America did to themselves was during the quarrels of SAT in the 80s. Now, there was a time that the southern part of America was going through huge economic issues. Detroit was already collapsing. And they wondered whether, should a certain beltline of education in America have a reduced scoreline for SAT, while certain areas like New York and, the East Coast have a higher cutoff mark for SAT. And it was agreed at Congress that rather than force the people of the South, New Orleans and all those areas to read and aspire, it will cause them to be lazy. Nigeria employed this strategy in our education, starting from primary school, and woke up 40 years later to wonder why one region seems to just churn out smarter people by quantity. But when you say, let us tweak these things, people will bring up sentiments. Tell me why, as at primary school, a certain portion of the country needs to read harder to pass an exam than a certain other portion. How does that improve overall quality of education? How does that even lead to accountability on the side of the rulers?
Please, just give me 2 minutes, please.
Please. Continue, sir.
See, I grew up in Plateau State, and God, you just say something that I'm saying it for everybody to understand. You see, Nigeria, when you set up traps, and you think you're setting up traps for people, you don't know how you're empowering them. Growing up, when I was reading for my exams, common entrance exams, I got into secondary school at the age of 8. So you should understand, I had the best result from my set. So my dad then will put me on the kind of reading, the kind of teaching. And I'll be wondering why I had to read 2 times as hard as my mates. The pressure was something else. He was saying your cutoff mark is higher, and I'm wondering, like, what it concern my cutoff mark, man? I suppose maybe if I pass. Like, no. They you don't understand what you're doing, our Nigerian elite, with this quota system. You don't understand what you're doing. You are systematically making some set of people smarter than your children. You don't understand.
Today we wake up and we worry about Ekiti. Have you seen Ekiti's cutoff mark in primary schools? Have you seen Ekiti's cutoff mark? It's one of the lowest allowed cutoff marks in the Southwest. And you wonder why Ekiti, as a collective at local level, have a certain trait.
But wait, you know the sad part of Ekiti. Ekiti at one point used to be one of the most educated states.
God bless you.
Ekiti used to be a citadel of professors, but APC, AD, APC, AC bastardized it as usual.
I want to remind you people, as an Igbo man, especially from Anambra State, let me continue my submission. One man can terraform an entire tribe, and he does not even have to have military experience. I repeat, one man can terraform an entire tribe, and unlike the 1960s, the 1950s, the 1940s, he does not need a barrel of a gun, neither does he need military experience. It happened in Igbo land with Nnamdi Kanu. It's happening in Yoruba land with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was no mistake that in every ANAP poll, Bola Tinubu polled number one candidate amongst illiterates and poverty-stricken Nigerians. I told you guys that this was a metric that people are not understanding, because one of the worst people, it's bet. Look, society tells a poor man, you are poor and you are illiterate. It helps the poor man to aspire to not be poor and illiterate. But when you tell a poor man, you are poor and illiterate, but you are the president, the poor man does not aspire to be smarter. Rather, he digs deeper into his poverty of the mind, and also would barely, probably even encourage illiteracy amongst a generation or two of his offspring. True or false? True. So be very careful. We are terraforming Nigeria at national level. Sometimes I go to General Oluchi's timeline and I cry. Like it or not, when we see the amount of dim-witted comments online, 85% of them are from the Southwest. Now, this tells a very, very wicked lie, because they are a small minority. Because when you check the comments, 85% of the positive comments are from the Southwest too. Same with the submissions on the violence space. So, like I said, I would never, you see why I went on a preamble of round Nigeria, to show you that one man terraformed the entire eastern region. We have barely survived it today, to the point that the Supreme Court has said, let a man be legally allowed free. And we all have a conflict of hearts, knowing fully well that this man exercising his freedom takes us back to square one in the insanity in the southeast. And even worse, every prediction of Nnamdi Kanu came to pass. All that man has to come out and type on Twitter is, Nigerians, I told you so. And it will start all over again. You and I know this. Never in the history of this country has the agitation for Yoruba nation been on a rise like it has been right now. So I say this. I always tell obedience. I have a lot of you in my DM. I stopped replying any of you who has fears on the judiciary. I ask you guys a simple question. What are your academic qualifications? Some of you are lawyers, 5 years, 8 years. You'll be in my DM. You'll be quoting the Constitution for me. Are you up to Okeze Ekpazu? No. Please take a seat. I'm done explaining what is happening at the judiciary to you. I barely have legal experience. I don't know what is happening myself. General Oluchi keeps me updated. If that is not enough for you, I suggest you tune off from this movement. Watch DSTV, have fun, and when Peter Obi gets his mandate, we'll see you at the carnival. It is allowed. Nobody gave you a form. There was no HR when you walked in, and there'll be no HR when you want to walk out or take a break. Please. To the return of Boko Haram, please remember, Boko Haram was an agreement. The northern Nigerian borders have been kept porous for one reason. All the mineral and the oil of the south and the south belongs to Nigeria. Most of the minerals and solid minerals in the north are cleaned out of Nigeria through the northern borders. We all know that. And what it trades for in the international market is absolutely ridiculous. It brings in more money than tobacco, and that is saying a lot. Somehow that thing is never accounted for in the Nigerian solid mineral acquisitions. Look, what is happening?
Is it just me?
I was about saying, I think NC's maybe he got cut off. NC's, are you still there?
Probably a call came in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, maybe we'll just okay, but we'll just move on and we'll see when he comes back. It will continue from where he stopped. So let me just quickly go to Sir Steve. I see you.
Bring allow Steve to talk. I beg, make him talk.
Okay, Sir Steve, go ahead. That's where Gaboni did.
When you sir enter in. You don't need
Still,
to get sacked.
still
Where's
don't.
money as you begin get sacked? When did you who knighted you?
Come on there. You know you say the excellency. Have you not heard? Have you not heard? Then the cost one yash. You don't move ahead.
Brother Jerry.
I greet you. I greet you specially according to the great oracle from the Santo Santorium. Greetings to every obedient in the house. Always good to come back to the shrine, in a mosque or church or follow. Delighted to be here. I just enjoy the whole thing. It's nice to be on the executive angle. The best place on the violence space is the listener section. But Sadam, you are missing a lot. Just enjoy the dish. They serve, and when they reach your turn, they don't serve you before you clean up. Like say you never chop. Very, very fake news of rerun. We won this election. We are not going to court to ask for a rerun. There is no rerun. We win the election. We spent 300 billion we will not even get. So nobody's wasting any money or any rerun. We are collecting our mandate jejely. I wanted to emphasize something that is important. I saw a news recently that there was a Japanese soldier who recently was found in the island of Guam. He was hiding from the enemy. He was part of the Japanese soldiers in Second World War. He was hiding for more than 2 decades. What's 2 decades? 4 decades. He was hiding. Information is power. And what the APC have done, thank God for people like the Parallel Facts and others, and our generals going to court. They are inundating the airwaves with fake news. They are bringing deluge of fake news. Someone will say, oh, Tinubu is working. The other one is working. Okay, what is he doing? He says he signed one bill. Okay, you which bill he signed? Education bill. You don't get the loan. What's in the bill? I don't know what in there, but he signed up. So it's working. Have you been able to get fuel in the station? Oh, people are just inundated with fake news and distraction. It's all smoky mirrors. Information is as powerful as starting wars and ending wars. Let's focus on what is important. We won this election, and we are not going to be distracted about that. We're going to get our mandate back. Yes, yesterday they came up with a Operation Wipe, and I was so happy about. If there was anything I wasn't happy about, the whole thing, say the board of directors of NNPC that Buhari's daughter was also fired. So Buhari's daughter said, "Don't collect breakfast." It's good. Let them be appointing and reappointing. It's all temporal. It's all smoky mirrors. It's all distraction. Let them be decorating, be choosing appointments and make. It doesn't matter. You cannot build on a faulty foundation. He who must answer excellency. That process must be excellent. Please, if you want energy, go back to our principal's interview, particularly the one he did after the elections. He really touched on very key points. Don't be distracted. Most of us are turned lawyers. I personally, I'm not a lawyer, so I just enjoy reading the review from his peers and general after the whole thing and well-meaning and co. Thanks to special shout out to UC and all that doing good work. Let us continue to focus on this case. On this case, without here. This is innovative. It has not happened before in the history of Nigeria or Africa, where after elections, more than 4 months now, is it not? We are still there. And they hoped that we would have all gone back to our depending on their integrity. The evidence that we have is ironclad. It doesn't matter when they have influence from the government, they are afraid of this. No. The Nigerian people, the obedient movement must stay on it. So, Saddam, I want to posit a suggestion. Maybe while we on Twitter are very informed, following through the profiling and the commentary from the court, maybe we should go back to what we did during the campaigns. To those in the markets, do flyers, weekly updates about what is going on, because that is where I fear information is lacking, where those that are not on Twitter are not really following. A friend of mine was telling me he went to do a job for someone outside Abuja. And obedience there were just saying, well, this one don't pass. He wasn't even aware that we're in court. And this was an active obedience. Just like it was not online. He had his own campaigns and everything. For him, election don't finish. And they don't swear at me. Not knowing that election never actually finished because the winner has not been declared. So Saddam, I'm suggesting we go back to printing flyers and banners, letting them know 10 points this week. Amazon AWS was out there in the market, on the market, on the court, and evidence shows that there was no glitch. Mahmoud lied. Let's move a bullet point that is even translated in Yoruba, in local languages. Let us share flyers. We can do all that. We know how to do that. That's how we want. Let us educate those bus drivers, those Maruad guys. This matter they caught. We are getting our mandate back. I think that would be the last line. Hashtag our mandate must be gotten back. Peter will be one. Let people be hearing. Saddam is right. Repetition is important. People need to know that on this mandate, we are not moving from it. We are caught. It's not possible. Like when I think about the whole, but this one, you know, that this court, these people are. It doesn't matter their integrity. This is not 2019. It's not 2015. This is 2023. The entire world is watching. Don't you know that there are some countries that still have not called him to visit them or congratulate him? A lot of people are waiting for that court case. Now that day be election day, and that day the party go choke from Twitter space to the streets. Then you will know someone won an election. Not this graveyard silence, trepidations. Let people Asari and all of them be enjoying. It be like that when you know they ask your neighbor children come invite your other children come they do house party because owner not day. Now they do so children. When the owner of the mandate show, owner will come up for the house. I run Airbnbs in America. I just chase some children out of my property because they overstay. They do party, they drink. Young children. I was just remembering that they remember Agbados. They were in my property against my home rules after the time they should have checked out. And I just got there and they started packing. I said, now so Agbado go take pack. They go forget their bag, forget their shoe. That's all now they run. You are standing on a stolen mandate. When the owner show, you go know say Nigeria belongs to all of us. And I remember what Omar used to say. The power of the people is forever greater than the people in power. It's not hyperbole. It's not a matter of... Nigerians are going to get their mandate back. It's not... Don't be distracted. Say, Chief of Army Staff, police say, no. If you gather all the officials you have appointed, they're not reach 1,000. You know, it will be 200 million people. When Nigerians are ready, they will move. Do you know what the power of the people is? And the dream is right. When it's time, he go choke. Even we diasporas go enter plane, come Nigeria. They joke. This mandate must be restored. It's not negotiable. And I want to encourage every obedient to stay focused, stay energetic. This journey is a long one, but you don't worry. That mandate, you know, go be Anambra State 3 years. No, Dave. This one a couple of months. That Supreme Court must finish the matter, and they have no choice. We will hold their feet to the fire, metaphorically, as we continue to talk about the case every day. They cannot believe it. Our spaces attract more people than their useless blogs and whatever they are blogging. Let us support, continue to engage. Twitter space is revolutionary. I don't want to say it here, but I'm surprised that they don't understand what social media is. Real time, we are all connected right now. Now, what we don't talk for 3 days ago, now that they put for news. This is real time. That mandate will be collected. It is not based on their character. We know they don't have character. I have no faith in them. I have faith in Peter Obi. That's my own. My eyes is on PO. And he won this election. Not because they did not cheat. Not because there was no voter suppression. In spite of all they did, we still won. How can you have 90 million people registered and you say 20-something million voted? Where's the over 60 million people? In an election where over 10 million people came out to collect PVCs, we struggled to get registered people. We struggled to collect PVCs. They were looking at us because they thought PVC is not relevant. If you want to rig the election, if you do bang, do coup, announce Tinubu, when you pass an electoral act, when to spend money buying beavers, it must work. That beavers must work. It is not up to them. Understand that Nigeria belongs to the Nigerian people. Nobody is more Nigerian than the other. You can gaslight me all you want. Those of you say them. I grew up in Benin. I was born and raised in Edo State. I'm as a dough as anybody can get. Nobody can tell me you're more Nigerian than me. Tinubu is not more Nigerian than me. Nigeria be good to that man, should have retired. Well, that's his business. My focus is on our mandate. We must get it back. Nigeria must work again. The 200 million people that suffered, enough is enough. It is now or never. It's not negotiable. Nade Jones, think you wake up millions of youths and will go and sleep. We're not sleeping. Check it out. If Saddam gives this space to you tomorrow, people will be here. Have you seen that before? Nigerians are not sleeping. And this is just the small people on Twitter. So let's get to the market. Let's print those banners. Let's do those rallies. Let's let people know something they put for court, if possible. Connect the spaces, well-meaning spaces and others on Bluetooth speakers. Let them hear that this matter, they see they talk on. Because Arise News channels and the rest of them will not do that. They'll be showing you appointees. Who cares about appointees that are there temporarily? Anyway, I'm running for governor of Edo State. Support me. I'm not going to forget that one. Thank you so much. I yield the mic.
I like you. Why would they do free promo? Why they do free promo? Why they do free promo? This
you know this platform, all of us build them. We didn't learn. Come on, Parkway.
Sorry, guys. Let me wrap up.
S is gone. Thank you, my brother Steve. S is gone, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just wrap up my submission and then I'll